All right, awesome. So, welcome back to the stream, everybody. It is Monday, October 2nd. So, it is the start to a new month here. All right, so happy to have everybody here, of course, once again. So, thank you for joining in. Please let me know if the video quality or the sound's coming through okay. All right, because I forgot to put it on my hotspot this morning, but that's okay. So as long as the sound's coming through and you guys can see it, then we're good to rock and roll. So I got a few stocks we're going to go over, potential continuation, and then we have a few potential short plays. So for those of you tuning in on Facebook, thank you very much. I will get to you as well. So let's go ahead, start sharing the screen, and then let's rock and roll. All right, and if at some point it does cut out because the Wi-Fi is so crappy, then I'm just gonna restart it and run it off my phone's hotspot, and then we'll go from there. All right. What's up, Joe? How you been, brother? Haven't seen you in a while or heard from you, but I'm glad to see you in here. All right, so the first stock we can go over, and of course, I took a look at this a little bit ago, so, of course it can change by now, but hopefully it hasn't, Okay, so yeah, it seems to be working out pretty well thus far. CAPR was one that I had on watch this morning for a continuation. As you can see, CAPR, I mean, it's pretty blatantly obvious. This thing's on a pretty strong uptrend. So let me just take a look at the daily for you guys. Looking at the daily chart, I mean, this thing's had a pretty big solid day on Friday. It closed fully green. It had no upper wick, so there's definitely some strong potential there. All right. So my initial go-to was to get over the previous break of the high of day, which we already did that pre-market. As you can see, it gapped down. So recently, throughout the year or whatever, a couple months back, it gapped down from like $3 to, I don't know, like $1, let's say, 60 cents. It just recently filled that whole gap. So it's possible that it might be done moving, but considering the move it made Friday, it had good momentum. There's volume. It's an 11 million share float. Average volume is 2.3 million, and right on Friday it traded 8 million. So all the signs are there, right? It has the low float, it has the volume, it had a great day Friday. So the indicators are there that it could be a good play today. So of course we want to keep it on watch. I'm not saying jump in it right away, So we're gonna have to take a little bit of a look at this as far as when the market opens. But I think CAPR definitely has some potential today. So, I mean, even if you look at this chart here, this is a 20-day. It just broke through its 20-day high on Friday. Okay, so now it has no 20-day resistance. So really the only resistance you could potentially run into at this point as far as pricing goes is going to be on your daily chart, and that's going to be, so the price is like 327 right now. Is that what it is? 322, 323. So yeah, so really I would say from this point on, if it does run when the bell opens, my first target's going to be like the 340, 350 area. I could see that very well happening. And then, if we get a clean break through 350, you could potentially look at, adding more, or, I know some of you guys are trading with Robinhood, and you don't have the luxury of sizing out, and that's a really big important part to trading. But basically, if you're not familiar with what sizing out is, it's a way to lock in profits, but to also let some of your shares run to make more. So it's essentially it's kind of risk management in a sense, but it's also a way to lock in profits while at the same time letting your winner run. And with that being said, if I took 1,000 shares on CAPR, I could look to hit my first profit target at close to 350, maybe 340 or something, and I could sell half my shares, locking in the profit. And then I could let those 500 shares run. We might experience some pullbacks or whatever, but I could set those 500 shares to continue running while locking in those profits. So when you guys get to there and you can have unlimited trades, that's going to be something you're going to want to look into, is sizing out. So CAPR, again, 11 million share float, average volume 2.3, traded Friday 8 million. So the signs are there for a nice move today. Of course, we just have to wait and see how it's going to happen. The only real resistance I see is going to be in the 340, 350 area at this point. But then again, stocks have a mind of their own, so we'll just have to wait and see. All right, next one I was looking at was SRAX. So far pre-market, it hasn't really done much. The only reason I really like this particular chart, well, part of it was it's chart Friday. It kind of closed with no problem. So Justin, to answer your question, what's the most important indicator we should look out for? There's no one more important indicator over any other indicator. Okay, that if anyone tells you that, then I don't want to say they don't know what they're talking about, because even I don't know what I'm talking about sometimes. Just kidding. You just can't know everything. Okay, you can't possibly know everything. But there's no one better indicator than the other. The best indicator you can use is in conjunction with what kind of trader you are. So if you don't know what kind of trader you are, then you're going to have a really tough time finding out which indicators work well for you. So once you know what kind of style or what kind of trading you really want to get yourself involved in, then you can ask yourself what indicators are going to be best for that style. So that's the best way to answer that question. But real quick, look into volume weighted average price. That's my most favorite indicator. So back to SRAX. So SRAX, that's the thing, is it doesn't have a ton of volume, right? So if you look at SRAX, the background on it, it had a 5 million share flow. Its average volume is only 172,000, but it traded 1.6 million on Friday. So it is liquid enough, but I would like to see more volume, okay? And I didn't write it down, but its relative volume is extremely high, way above 2. I think it was like 3, 4, or 5 or something like that. So in my mind, it's showing me that this could potentially be one of those stocks that come out of nowhere and just have like this enormous spike. So it's possible. Okay, I'm not saying it's a guarantee, but it is very possible. So I guess I'm kind of going out on a limb with SRAX, right? So I have this kind of just like this feeling that this could potentially be a good pick today. And the reason being is just because of the float, where its relative volume was, the fact that it normally trades really light volume, but recently it was trading pretty heavy. Okay, and if you look at the daily chart, I mean, this is a bull flag. It popped up, it pulled back, and now just on Friday, it broke through its bull flag. And now it's sitting right at about 250. So I really just want to see if this thing's going to pop today. I think it potentially could, right? It's just an assumption, but with good background information. All right, so VWAP is life. So again, everybody, if you don't use the VWAP, you really should use the VWAP and or the volume weighted average price. And honestly, the volume weighted average price is best used on intraday charts. Once you get off a one-day chart, it really, or when I say one day, I mean like a literally intraday, not a 1 year day chart where you're looking at many. But we need to look at intraday charts for VWAP. That's the best way to use it. Even institutional traders use it on one day. And I never really explained that to you guys as far as how the big institutions use the volume weighted average price, but they do heavily use the volume weighted average price. Now, HMNY was next on list. So if you really want to know my top 2 trades that I'm looking at, oh, I didn't even put Roku down. Oh, shit. Well, Roku's on the list as well. So I'm going to go over. So HMNY, IZEA, potentially still, and Roku. So really HMNY, Roku, and IZEA are going to be my top picks. And then CAPR and SRAX are in the back of my mind for potential longs. So let's look at HMNY. Let's start off on the daily chart. All right, guys, so you see how HMNY has been crushing it. Yeah, it had some good news throughout this progress of this big up run. So it did have good news a few days out of the week there, right? But what I want you guys to notice is this is a very choppy chart. This isn't a nice uptrend. It's very choppy. It gapped up a lot of times, and it was all over the place. It's got a lot of upper wicks and lower wicks, right? So the daily chart isn't clean, all right? Now, when or if you guys ever start short selling, hey, Daniel, nice to see you in here. I like to see you in here. So for those of you on Facebook and those of you on YouTube, if you ever start getting into short selling, I recommend at some point in your trading career, experience short selling, okay? Because you can make money doing it, but more importantly, when you trade long and you trade short, you really start to see both ends of the playing field, and it gives you a way better, well-rounded idea of how the stocks move intraday and the overall movement of the market, okay? By being able to trade long and short, you have more opportunity, and everything else aside, by being able to short sell and go long, you're really going to start getting a really, really good idea as far as how the market reacts and when people are shorting and when people are buying. And HMNY, I don't want you guys to be confused and think this is this is basically just a bull run. This is not. The reason HMNY has been going up increasingly over these past couple days is because it's been a trap. Short sellers have been getting trapped out and squeezed every single day because short sellers know that HMNY is really overvalued right now and it's very extended. So every day this week, it's been on my watch list. IZEA and HMNY have been on my watch list the whole week. I watched these stocks the whole week and traded them the whole week. I've shorted them and I've bought long. I flipped the switch on both of them because I know that the short day is upon HMNY. And when it comes, it's going to come hard and it's going to crash. And it's going to crash a few points probably, or it's going to crash a few dollars over a few days, right? So I just want you guys to know this, all right? It is definitely going to be coming down soon. If not today, it's coming, right? So long story short, the reason HMNY has been going up like this is because it's been a short trap and people have been getting short squeezed, and it's causing this little funky chart. And we will go over ITUS. I did see ITUS earlier, and so it's been a little bit since I looked at it, but I am familiar with it. And I could already tell you right now it can potentially be a good play because it's right on support. So HMNY, right? Here's the thing with HMNY. I'm honestly looking to short HMNY today, but here's the thing. If shorts keep getting trapped out and we keep getting squeezed, then we're probably going to flip the switch and go long over $14.80, right? We have this high from Friday and pre-market. 1480 is clear. It's a clear resistance, right? You can see that it popped here twice. Pre-market hit $14.18. So that's 3 times we've tested the $14.18 area within basically a day, from Friday to today. So my go-to plan is potential long for HMNY over 1418. And if HMNY rejects $14 or the 1418 mark again, so if it fails to get through that resistance, then I'll look at shorting it. I will only look to short HMNY if and only it does not break through its resistance. If it breaks through, then I'm looking to go long, and we might get another squeeze because shorts will probably cover if they've already shorted the stock. Okay, so my risk to reward on HMNY will be huge because I'm only risking at the high, which is 1418, but I have a lot of downside. I have all the way to like $13, which was, or actually $13.66, which was the close of Friday. So risk to reward there will be great. So again, game plan for HMNY, potential long over 1418, potential short if it doesn't break that area. All right. HMNY has a basically a 3 million float. Average volume's 2 million, and what it traded on Friday was 9 million. So again, the indicators are there. Super low float. It has the volume. It's a trap right now. There's so many plays to be made on the stock because people are shorting it. People are going long. It's all over the place. So definitely opportunity there. All right, so let's go over the next one pretty quick. IZEA. All right, so taking a look at IZEA, and I promise I will get over to ITUS and maybe a few others in here. So looking at IZES, all right, do you guys see this move that it made? This is what I wanted. I wanted to short IZEA today. You see this big drop? I missed that drop because I don't trade pre-market, and part of the reason is the broker that I use doesn't really like to trade pre-market because it's not liquid enough and it runs into risk issues, which I understand. So again, IZEA, I did want to short today, but it made the move pre-market. Initially, I wanted to, I wanted to short it, but it's not that it's out for the count today. I may end up reshorting this because the price is right at about $6.83. So if we can come back to test $7 and it fails to break $7, then I may short it. Okay, so just a quick thing to let you know that IZEA is probably going to be a pretty big red day today, unless for whatever reason shorts get squeezed again. All right, IZEA has a 4.6 million float, average volume of 1 million, and Friday traded 8 million. When do you say it breaks? Martin, if you're talking about HMNY, when I say breaks, it had to break $14.18. All right. Let's see. MR is breaking 50-week high. So yeah, IZEA already made that announcement. Unless there's another announcement, the IZEA had news this morning. Yeah, I didn't even mention that, but IZEA reported IZEA announces artificial intelligence content mine. When that broke, the stock popped up all the way to $8.28, and then right after just crashed. Okay, so it's possible we could see some movement out of it today, but I think probably going to be a red day. RTMB, I know that they were going bankrupt. I don't know if that's why the stock hasn't resumed trading. I really don't know what date they were supposed to go bankrupt or maybe get delisted. I really have no clue what's going on with that guy. Okay, so at 10 o'clock is the announcement. 10 point. So maybe if that's what you mean. Let's see. So, anyways, moving on. That's my game plan for IZEA with a potential short. So really too long CAPR SRAX. HMNY potential short, IZEA definitely short. Roku is definitely on the short list. Yes. Okay, Roku has come back to where I would like to take a short. It's came back to that 25 mark. So Roku short today may be below 25. You know, if it breaks kind of this little trend that it's doing. So maybe below 25, I'll take a short on Roku. But again, I think Roku is overvalued at this point. I said Roku was overvalued Friday, and then ironically, Jim Cramer came out and said Roku was way overvalued and recommended investors not to buy at this price point. So, is that no? So on Roku right now, I'm only looking at this is the 1 minute chart on Roku. Roku's daily chart is basically nothing because it's only been open for like 2 days of trading or whatever. All right, so Roku's going to be a potential short. I don't have any background information on that one. Let me take a look at ITUS real quick. Yeah, so if you look at ITUS, obviously you'll know that recently it just basically took a poop on itself, and that was expected. See this move? You see this move? You see how it shot up so fast, and then it just had 3 straight days of red? That's the same move we're expecting for HMNY. That move right there, that big red move, that's the move I've been waiting on for like the past week and a half, okay? So again, that's basically what I'm looking at for ITUS, or sorry, for HMNY, is basically it just to shoot itself in the foot and come crashing down. And when it happens, I'll be there to short it all the way down. So ITUS could potentially be in play only because it's dropped so much that it's come back to an area of support. So I see that it could have some potential today. We've seen stocks like this definitely move. Look at the 20-day. Yeah, it looks like if you're on the 20-day, it's found some support on 250, which is a 200 moving average. So again, you can watch it. I think I'm going to be more so watching HMNY and IZEA and Roku. But I see that it could potentially have like a spike today, just because it's pulled back so much within the past few days. It's literally dropped like $3 or something around there. 250. Yeah, it's dropped like $3 recently. Good morning to everybody still joining in. Glad to see you all here. I love it when you're in here. So yeah, so I mean ITUS, it's got some potential. I wouldn't put it out for the count there. Now another one is GNCA. I've seen come up a lot. GNCA. Okay, yeah, I remember this one just the other day. And we were taking a look at it, wasn't sure, but ended up having a pretty good day. So yeah, you could play GNCA because it's bottomed out now. So really, you could be getting yourself into, um, it just gapped down. So really doing a gap buy where it gapped down. Now you're playing that it's going to come back up. But the only way I would play GNCA is it has to break $1.50 strong. $1.50 is a super strong mental resistance. So without a breakthrough $1.50, it's not going anywhere. So I think that 150 could be a potential good breakout. I wouldn't buy it 150. I would buy it probably 152, 153, so you don't get pump faked. So yeah, that's what I would definitely look for there. I'm gonna take a quick scan here, pre-market, see if anything has changed. Pre-market movers. Let's see. Dean, let me read this real quick. Oh, no, don't want to do that. Let's see. Yeah, so you're right, Dean. I mean, that's the thing is it's had good news recently. It has tons of oh shit. All right, so let's see, market scan, VHC. So yeah, I've looked at these ones earlier, and a lot of them were a lot of the stuff on the scan for pre-market. They're all kind of high float stocks that I'm not too crazy about, right? So, SUNW was SUNW was done that day. Okay. That was literally done the day it started. That's where you got to be careful with these little low penny stocks. Is once they go up, they come down, and they usually don't run. Okay. Yeah. So again, you could look for a break on. Let's see, MRNS. Let's see, SRAX. I think I looked at SRAX today. Yeah, SRAX has a low float. Yeah, for sure, low float. So again, that was another one we're going to keep on watch. Break over to probably 280 entry on SRAX. Let's see, AMMA. Okay, so AMMA had big moves recently, popped up from like $1 to $3, which is a fantastic move, but it's kind of downtrending. I mean, these ones are hard to project, okay? And let me point this out, right? So this is hard to project exactly what the stock's going to do. If you want my personal opinion, this is where the move was, right? You got to think to yourself, this is where the move happened. It sold off. People were holding the bag, hoping something good would happen today on this day. Popped up, and then it came down. So this is dead. You really shouldn't be watching this anymore. At this point, the move happened here. There is no move here. It's kind of dead. Move your attention just towards something that still has opportunity, like HMNY. I know that these may be higher priced. This one's a little higher priced, but that's okay. You got to focus your attention towards the stocks people are watching. All right. So I don't think AMMA will be a good one today. MNKD. So MNKD actually looks pretty good right now. Just looking at the 20-day chart, it's got a nice pattern. Pre-market, this actually looks pretty good. I don't know the float on MNKD, so that's a little bit of an issue. I can't really tell there. So let me point something out to you for MNKD. Look at this daily chart. Every single time it gets close to this 230, 250 area, it always finds resistance and comes down. But it's honestly been squeezing up, trying to break that area. The way I would really like to play this one, if I were you, is it has to break 240. Got to be over 240 to take a position on MNKD. Where's the price at right now? Price is at 244-ish. So it's right in that resistance area. So over 240 could be a good entry. But like I said, if you look at the daily chart, it fails right around these levels every time. It's failed 1, 2, 3, 4. It's failed once, 2, 3 times, and it failed to go through it on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days before. So it's right at a strong resistance point, but the daily still looks kind of good. Still looks good. So I keep it on watch. Definitely worth watch. Yeah, so Kyle, it's already broken through 240, but either it's still in that strong resistance area. So again, you know, resistance can be a zone. So resistance doesn't have to be price. It can be a zone kind of thing. So definitely keep it on watch, but chances are, no, I don't want to say chances are. I would say 250 is even a better entry. Over 250 gives you wiggle room, and it gives you kind of reassurance that the 240s area aren't going to push you back down or reject you. Let's see. yeah, I'm hoping to hit 10,000 subs here soon. That way I can go spend some cash money on some monitors and give out to you guys. And that's the way. I haven't figured out how I'm going to plan on doing that giveaway. But I want to make sure that the monitors I am giving out go to people that, you know, not only deserve it, but can use it more than some of us other guys, right? So like, you know, I wouldn't need monitors. I already have 4 or 5 computers basically. So, you know, I really want those monitors to go to somebody or someone who, you know, it can really benefit and get the most benefit out of, for that matter. But either way, we're still going to hold it, and, you know, we'll see how that goes. But so we'll watch MNKD. I do like MNKD for sure. RIGL. Yeah, okay. So RIGL, I mean, yeah, it went up pre-market. Does it have news? It had news this morning. Updates on FDA. Real Pharma offers update on FDA review. So it looks like they had some stuff to do with FDA, maybe something on their drug. So yeah, it's up a lot. You can definitely watch it. It's just, for me, it looks like a slow mover. It only moved because of the news today. And I've seen a lot of these fail recently. I see a lot of these penny stock FDA ones just get pumped up, and then they're just not so big. So entry would have to be over 320 for me. It'd be a pre-market break, but even so, you're already at 20 cents off that area, or yeah, you're about 20 cents from that mark right now. It's got an 8-cent spread, so not a big fan right now. So yeah, we just went over a few that could be good that's not short. So HMNY is still one. So I'm looking to short it, but here's the thing. If shorts get squeezed, this is going to be a great stock to play for longs, because you're going to have plenty of money-making opportunities. CAPR is one that continuously is grinding higher. It just broke out from its 20-day high. It's grinding higher. You could look for an entry over 330 on this one. That's going to be probably a good move today as well. What was the other one? SRAX. SRAX is trying pretty hard to break out of the 280s. You know, keep that one on watch. That one has some news this morning as well. I'll take a look at VBLT, pre-market movers this morning. Yeah, so it gapped up, but it's kind of fading now. You know, and there's so many stocks, I can't know the answer for all of them. And just going over them real quick can never really give you the full benefit of the doubt. But looking at, what's this, Roku? You know, and here's another thing, you know, Roku. Roku could be Roku could honestly be a good one. See, here's the thing, is going both ways. I'm looking at shorting HMNY and Roku, but here's the thing. That just tells me that there's other people looking at shorting the same stocks. And if they don't go as planned, short sellers get squeezed and makes big opportunity for longs. We go hand in hand. The bulls and the bears are friends. Everyone acts like they're fighting, but they're honestly, they benefit each other, because when bears or short sellers get squeezed, we make the best opportunity for longs to make money. When longs or bulls overextend the price for too long, then they help the short sellers out, because then we can come in for a nice short. So ECYT. Oops. Um, yeah, I mean, even though it has good news, it's a low volume stock, and it never has ever once spiked, and it's just pretty choppy. I wouldn't focus my attention towards that stock today. SKLN, that's been a spiker before. Yeah, no, SKLN, low volume, nothing really there. Leonard, the best way to how you know a stock is overextended, I'll show you right now. And I went over a few times, and that's okay. You know, of course, this isn't the easiest gig to learn. This is how you know a stock is overextended. You see this blue line? That's support. Your moving averages are support. Whenever a stock price is over the moving averages, the moving average is a support. Whenever the stock price is below your moving averages, each moving average is a resistance. So when the stock is all the way up here at $14, $13, but the support for it is down at $8, $9, that just tells me that it's off of support by $3, $4, which tells me that when it's not if, when the stock comes down and corrects itself, it's going to probably correct itself by $3, which means if I short it and hold it properly, I can gain $3 a share here on this short. So that's what I mean by that. But again, you know, there isn't much on the gappers this morning. I honestly did like MRNS. So I would keep a look on, was it MRNS that I looked at, or gosh, there's been so many now. No, it wasn't MRNS. It was, which one was it? I'm gonna look through my recents here. MNKD, that's what it was. MNKD. So I like MNKD. I would keep MNKD on watch for long, CAPR on watch for long, and then SRAX on watch for long. Okay, so look at, here you go. Look at SRAX. Boom, it's making the moves that we're expecting. There goes 3. That's why I say keep it on watch for long. There goes 305. Okay, it had news this morning. So SRX can be a potentially good play today. It's making those moves pre-market that we expected. You know, we said take an entry over 280. 280, you'd be up 15 cents a share, right? Or sorry, 25 cents a share right now. All right, so keep it on watch for today. Those are your longs: SARX, CAPR, and then maybe MNKD. So it's 9:16. You know, as always, this is the time to say goodbye. So again, guys, remember that SRAX, CAPR, these are day trades. We trade them in the day. Please, please, please understand that most of the stocks that I recommend, you'll find that a lot of other people trade, these penny stocks, lower price stocks. Most of them make the move in the morning. Very quickly in the morning, they go up 20, 30, 40 cents or whatever, and then they come crashing down, or they pull back pretty hard before running again. Do not be the guy that's holding the bag. When they first make that initial first move out of the gates, they're going to spike really hard on volume. Take your money and walk away from the trade, because you're probably going to lose if you try and hold them. Okay? Never hold. Just don't even do it. Just get in, sell your shares, take your money, and walk. Don't get greedy and then try and hold them all day long. Most of these stocks are crap, which means they're not going to hold up. Okay? And when they do hold up, it's very rare. And when they do hold up and continue to go up, they crash even harder. And then that's where I come in and we short them down. Okay? So they only hold up for so long. Most of them are going to come right back down. Okay? So again, we got like 12 minutes or whatever till the bell opens. So once again, you're trading, like I said on my Facebook post, you're trading in the world's the biggest stock exchanges in the world today. You have already opened yourself up to major risk. Okay? So with that being said, don't be scared of losing, because you've already come to lose. You're coming to the place where money is made and money is lost more than casinos. Okay? So with that being said, you've already accepted the risk and you're willing to take it. So why don't you go out there and let yourself make some money, okay? you're already accepting the risk, so don't be scared. There's nothing to be scared of. You should already have scared yourself by thinking you're going to trade stocks today. You've already scared yourself, all right? So don't be more scared, because when you're scared and you're fearing losing, it clouds your judgment. How many of you, I've done it myself, not necessarily in stock trading, but just in anything in general. When you get scared, when you get angry, when you have fear or frustration, all these things cloud your judgment. You become irrational. You make bad judgment calls, and it's plain and simple. It happens to everybody, and it's probably going to happen again. But by being able to best eliminate that fear when going into the market, your judgment becomes much more clear. You will recognize those patterns that you've studied so many times before. How many times have you played a stock, then you lost, and you come back later in the day and you're like, oh, dude, I knew that. Why didn't I see it then? Or why couldn't I have done it then? I see it now, perfect. And that's because you're so caught up in losing, or you're so anxious when trading, and you're like, should I lock in profits? Should I hold it? Should I do this? Stop worrying about that and just listen to the market. The market is clearly telling you it's going to sell off, then close it out. If it's clearly telling you that this could potentially be a bull flag or a pullback, then let it set itself up, okay? So stop being so fearful, because it will cloud your judgment, and then that's when you make your bad calls, and then you come back later in the day and you go, oh shit, that makes sense now. But it's all because you're so caught up and so nervous and frustrated that your judgment gets clouded and you make irrational decisions and so on. So once again, thank you all for joining in. I will see you tomorrow morning. But before that, I will see you at 12:30 today. We'll do a little lunch break market recap and answer some questions and go over some stocks. And hopefully, hopefully we can find something for Power Hour. But it is so difficult to find something for Power Hour at 12 o'clock in the middle of the day. It just they haven't set themselves up. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. So we'll see you at 12:30 for whoever wants to join in, and I'll catch you.